Alrighty then. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Matthew Baker of Beautiful New York Tours. Yesterday, when we talked about the Flower District, I was tempted to discuss the Flower District because I had been asked about the area between 23rd Street and 34th. And while thinking about it, a colleague of mine, a fellow tour guide who knows me pretty well, said, Matt, didn't you go to school in that area? And of course, yes, I did. I have never made any secret of my theatrical background. I was an actor and a director for 13 years before I became a tour guide. Met my wife on a show. We were the villains in Three Musketeers. And that was what first brought me to New York at the age of 18, and it was to attend the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. The American Academy of Dramatic Arts stands near the corner of 30th Street and Madison Avenue, and the building itself was originally constructed as the headquarters for the Colony Club. The Colony Club still exists, and it was established as an artistic and cultural and social club for well-to-do ladies of the Victorian era. But about 10 years later, they moved about 30 blocks to the north, and the building needed a new tenant, which eventually became the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. The Academy had been for a long time up by Carnegie Hall, and now has residence at this very interesting building that was designed by Stanford White. Now, White actually did not live to see it completed. If you know E.L. Doctorow's book Ragtime, or maybe the Milos Forman movie, or the Flaherty and Ahrens musical, you know about the sudden and sensational death of Stanford White. If you don't, take a tour. But it's not one of White's most elegant buildings, but it is interesting in part because the brickwork does the unusual design of having the short end, the part of the brick that normally would be side to side facing us, and it's interesting to see that. The Academy is the oldest performing arts conservatory, at least for drama, in the United States, and one of the oldest in the English-speaking world. It has long held the tradition of the importance of naturalistic, realistic acting. It takes its cues from some of the greatest acting instructors in American history, people like Sanford Meisner and Lee Strasberg and Stella Adler, and of course their great inspiration, the famous Russian actor and director Stanislavski. The alumni of the American Academy have won over 300 Emmy Awards, nearly 100 Tony Awards, and just over 100 Oscars. They include people like Anne Bancroft, Grace Kelly, Agnes Moorehead, Colleen Dewhurst, Kirk Douglas, Judd Hirsch, Danny DeVito, Robert Redford. These were all names that I saw on their alumni list when I decided to attend. Since my time at the Academy, after I was there, they have continued in this glorious tradition with alumni such as Anne Hathaway, Adrian Brody, Paul Rudd, Jessica Chastain, many of today's luminaries of not just famous work, but really, really good work. The building, from the outside, you wouldn't expect it to be as large as it is on the inside, but it boasts 3 theaters, all of different design styles. There is the proscenium of the Manny Greenfield. There is the thrust stage of the Mary MacArthur, and my favorite, the round arena of the Lester Martin. Much to my chagrin, that was the only one of the 3 in which I never performed when I was there. A lot of people come to New York City as students, especially in high school. That is a major part of my workload in the springtime, is school groups. And of course, a lot of these kids are thinking about where they might want to go to school in that next chapter of their lives. A lot of the groups that I tour with include bands, choirs, drama classes. The American Academy of Dramatic Arts is definitely a school that should be on their radar. So once we are taking these kinds of trips again once we are no longer canceling them for fear of our lives. Definitely please come and take a look at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. Some of us did not get as far in our drama careers as others did, but I am very grateful to this school for helping to shape the person I have become today. So please check me out at Beautiful New York Tours. You can search Beautiful New York Tours on Facebook, or you can email me at baker.tours@yahoo.com. Again, that is baker.tours@yahoo. Thank you very much.